Hello, everyone. My name is Lindsay Groves. I am the Pittsburgh Walk Manager. I just wanted to thank you all for joining us today. Today will be a website walkthrough. We will be using Pittsburgh's website as the source of the demonstration, but all of the tools for any walk that you participate in will be the same. So just know that this is transferable to every single walk. So let's begin. So this is our main page. So you can use your short URL. Usually it's act.alz.org/your respective walk. So for example, ours is /Pittsburgh. You will all have shortened URLs. So just know that you can go directly to that page and be taken right to your walk. Just to orient ourselves a little bit, the heading will always say your event name on the right side of the main page, and then you'll be given the date of the walk and a registration and donation button. So if you haven't registered with us yet, you can click this register here button. It'll take you right to prompt you if you have participated with us in the past. It'll take you to the login screen. Or if you're a new team or a new participant, it'll take you to the get started area as well. The donate button, once you click that, it will take you to a screen that will ask you who you would like to donate to. So if you have anyone that is making a general donation to your team or to an individual, that button will take them right to a search for you. Now, I will say it's a little easier if you're working with your walk manager to create your team's short URL. So that way people can go directly to your team to register or donate. Work with your walk manager on that. That is a very simple thing that we can do for you to make your life a lot easier. And we can also make a QR code for you. So just know that those exist, and those are something that are very helpful in getting started early. As we scroll down, we can see the number of participants that are already registered and the number of teams that are already registered. So this will also, it's not here yet, but we will also have a thermometer that will tell us our progress and how much we've raised overall as a walk. So that will be right in this center area with the participants and teams once they are officially published. So that is coming very, very soon, just so you're aware, to each of the walks. And then we have our walk details button. So if you click on that, it will take you to specific details about the walk itself that the walk managers put in to help make your experience a lot more user-friendly. As we scroll down, we can see the hashtags that are commonly associated with our walks. So if you are taking photos, even at your events or your fundraisers throughout the year, please feel free to use these hashtags because they'll be seen by all of our staff. We do have event-specific hashtags as well, if that makes a little bit more sense, but these are the general ones that will be seen by our marketing team and our walk team across the country. And then the most important feature, I believe, of every website are our event details. So right here, it will have our calendar, a calendar edition with the times of the walk. So each walk's a little bit different. They might not all start at the same time. They may have different schedules of events happening at the during the walk day. So just know that this might look different at your personal walk, but it'll have a little bit about registration, your opening ceremony's official start time, and then when the walk begins, especially for those walks that don't have access for pets at certain locations. This is really important to know for your team if you're bringing a dog to the walk itself instead of like the venue. I know Pittsburgh is like that. So just be cognizant of the timing for anyone that has any restrictions like pets. So then in the center, it will be our location. So it'll have the name of the location, the address, and you can even click map it and it will send you basically to maps. So you can find the exact location and include it in any GPS services. So on the far right, you will have contact information. So what that means is basically any of your walk managers. So that will be your primary point of contact if you don't know them already. That name is your walk manager for that area. And then our phone numbers and our email addresses. So it is hyperlinked. You can click that and it should prompt your email service that you use to automatically put our email address into your email drafts. So just know that that is hyperlinked. You can use it that way. One thing to note about our phone numbers that are listed, they do have an extension. They are our office lines, but we can also receive text messages to those numbers. So if you have a quick question and you don't really have time for a conversation or anything, or you just want to set up a time to talk and want to send us a quick text, you can do that as well. You do not need the extension for the texting feature. As we move down, we have a volunteer button. So if you click on the volunteer button, this is where anyone who's interested in being an event day volunteer or different types of volunteers throughout the year, like advocacy, if you want to participate in helping with our kickoff, those sorts of things, community events that come up, please fill out a volunteer interest form or reach out to your walk manager. That's a pretty simple way to do it. You can check some boxes to see what you're interested in, and then we'll reach out to you to learn more about how you want to get involved. And then there's some more event info. Let me click on this just to see what all comes up with it. So it just goes into more detail about, we'll add route links to this area, general information about where the money goes, how do you get a walk shirt. This is basically your FAQ section. And then event specific reminders about like what the Promise Garden flowers mean, our pets allow, like any of those updates, and especially specific to the venue that you're participating in, this will all be housed here. So like in Pittsburgh, if you can't bring a pet inside the stadium, that will be noted here once the websites are officially up and running. So, and they all are running. So if you need to register or anything like that, feel free to do so. And then we have the old-fashioned print or paper registration link or donation form. So just know that that's there. If you would prefer to do it that way, you can always send it to our office and we can help you with registration, or you can scan it and send it to us. To be completely honest, if you wanted to call us and if you need help with registration, we can even walk through it over the phone with you. So anything to make your experience a lot easier and faster. So then we would move down to the mobile app. We will have a specific mobile app tour available later. We have been recording every single aspect of the mobile app just to help you get more comfortable using it. But it's a great tool that you can fundraise on the go, send some text messages that are already pre-formatted for you to your contacts, and even mobile deposit checks that you receive for donations. So you can download that at the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, but just know that this is a little bit more information about how to go about downloading the mobile app. And then down here is where it gets a little bit more customized. So the Greater Pennsylvania chapters are all the walks within our chapter are going to look relatively the same, but we want you to know that this is where the meat and potatoes of what we do is located, right here under news and announcements. So if there's anything special that we need to alert you to, there will be an image or an alert that is coming up right under the news and announcements page. If it's a very important announcement, it will be listed at the top of the website in red. So going back to COVID days, if we had to move a date or anything in the last few years, that was where any emergency instruction or last minute instruction would be given. And then these buttons are very helpful. So you can click on any of these. The first button is about ordering fundraising supplies. So if you click on that, it'll take you to a Google form to fill out with some options about how we can get you certain fundraising supplies. I will say there is a little bit of a delay when we use this. So if you need something pretty quickly, I would say just reach out to your walk manager. We don't fulfill these orders usually once a month. So just so you're aware, if you need something a little bit quicker, reach out directly to your walk manager. But the form includes your information about where to send the supplies, if you'd like to pick them up, that sort of thing. And then the options that we have available for any upcoming fundraisers that you have that we can support. Moving down to Quick Start. So this takes you directly to the registration page. So it would come up with start a team, join a team, walk as an individual. So just know if you hit quick start, it takes you right there to registration. And then let's go back. And then team captain's guide. So this is extremely helpful for all of our team captains out there. So this guide actually takes you to our PDF, which you will be getting sent. All team captains will be getting sent this as a hard copy in the mail. It's a really nice booklet if you haven't received it already, but it just takes you through the overall guide about how to build your team, motivate your team, fundraising tips. Let me scroll down. Sphere of influence. This is very helpful for getting ideas of who you could ask to help support you or even grow your team. Calendars to help you get inspired that certain times a year you can do certain types of activities to help with fundraising opportunities. I really like to show people the thermometers. So if you have a goal to recruit 10 team members, it's a nice visual. And then if your goal is to hit Champions Club, obviously that's there too. So just I think these are great tools to utilize. Even if you have a workplace team, there's some tips for recruiting coworkers. And then some fundraising ideas, which we'll go over. They're available in a separate area as well. We can even do company matching. And then last but certainly not least, the incentives program is the very last page. So if you are interested in earning a little bit more swag from the organization, there are some really nice treats for everyone that wants to hit certain levels. So just know that's available. And then these hyperlinks are also about our Walk Talk Wednesdays, which we're on right now. So if you click this, it will take you to a specific page about our Walk Talks. And then this link down here will take you right to the Zoom link that we use well, 2 times a month for these trainings. So, all right. So let me close out this tab and now we'll go to the Walk Talk Wednesday button. So once we get to Walk Talk Wednesday, like I said, the link right here will be available for the live Zoom link like you're on right now. So you can click that, it'll take you right to the training. We use the same link every time. And then the schedule of topics. So we have had these so far. Once they are approved for release, I will be, and all of your walk managers will be hyperlinking these so that you can watch the video again or send it to any team members or friends that you think it would benefit, especially if you need ideas or if it's a quick, how do I get registered? Well, here's a video for that. All of them will be under 30 minutes, just so you know. And if you're looking for a specific section, your walk manager should be able to help you pinpoint what time frame that you can send off to somebody to start watching. So in case they don't want to watch a full video. These topics will be updated pretty soon as after this specific training today being February 22nd, we'll get those updated for March pretty quick. All right. I am the lead on this training series. So if you have specific questions about the trainings, just please let me know. You can reach out to me directly. All right. Then fundraising tips. So this is a really nice resource for everybody to have. They're all mostly hyperlinked. Great ideas are housed in this area. Some of it is pulled from, some of this is pulled from our team captains packet that I just reviewed a couple minutes ago, but it helps with how to create a Facebook fundraiser. It's a quick video that will help you with that, and how to properly connect it to your participant center, because there is a special way you have to do it through the participant center and not just through Facebook. So we also have a virtual fundraising guide. So in case you have some long distance relatives or friends that you'll be reaching out to, or, obviously this originated in the times of COVID. So if you click on it, it's a PDF that gives you some extra tips about how to reach those people that you're not going to see every day, like how to spread the word, choosing the right platform, how to thank people properly, and then some more tips on what you could do from a virtual perspective. So I highly recommend this. Then the next opportunity is local give back opportunities. So these are basically like % of sales or dine to donates that we see very frequently. So look through your community, see who or what organizations do this. It's usually a pretty quick process to get registered. If you have any questions about how to do something like that, sometimes we'll have information, they'll need information about the organization, like our tax ID number, those sorts of things. Reach out to your individual walk managers. They are more than happy to help with this. And there are tons of opportunities out there that you can talk through. And I know every area in Pennsylvania is a little bit different, but some common ones that we see that host a lot of, like, Dine to Donates are really, really big on this. Major brands, Chipotle, Panera has great fundraising incentives. Applebee's, Permane Brothers for those Pittsburghers that we have out there, but there are many Permanes throughout the state. So those are just the ones off the top of my head. Even Five Below used to do them. I don't know if they still do them post-COVID, but if you're looking for something that's not food related, that's also an option. So just talk with your local walk managers and they'd be more than happy to assist you if that's something that you would like to do for yourself or your team. I also highly recommend, if you are a company team or having an event that you would order catering to look and see what the fundraising opportunities are for that, because you could double a fundraiser pretty quickly just by utilizing that information. I know a lot of employee appreciation days are coming up at the beginning of March. So if you're ordering from Panera, I know that they'll help with fundraising if you order catering. So just talk with us about that. We can help you. Why not work smarter, not not harder. So all right, so fundraising A to Z, we also just went over this a little bit, but I'll go into more detail. Literally means what it says. There's an example for every letter of the alphabet. If you're just looking for some inspiration, these are tried and true methods that we have seen across the country that are pretty simple to implement as well as execute. So like change jars, what's that look like at a business? Or if you work at a school, this is great. Like if you can set it out in the faculty lounge or anything. Some of them are more labor intensive than others. So you might, a fashion show is going to take a lot more planning than a jeans day at work. So just know that these are a wide range of opportunities that just go through them and see if something speaks to your group. I mean, why not do something that you already love? And if this is the document that helps spark some creativity, then please read through it. It's a really nice tool to have. I know a lot of people that do jeans days, a lot of lemonade stands that are pretty successful. And then if you want to get more involved with your office, like Office Olympics, that's always fun to have some contests, but something as simple as just having a raffle. Or a basket that you can raffle off, or ugly sweater contests as we move into the fall this year. It's up to you. So just use this document as a starting point, especially if you're having a coaching meeting coming up with your walk manager. If you see something that sparks your interest and you're like, I'd like to learn some more information about how I can make this happen, bring that to your coaching meeting and we can walk through what that means and how to make it work. Fundraising bingo. I think this is a very good tool to get started. If you click on this, it will take you to a PDF. This is very mission focused as well. So this entire card, if you cross off every square, so basically you're asking people to like sponsor a square for you with a certain donation amount. Nothing is over $20. And I think this is a very low threshold to get more people involved and share their stories. You never know who you're going to run into that actually has a story or has a connection to Alzheimer's, that maybe they become your next team member as well through something as little as a $1 donation. So most of this, like I said, is mission focused. So $1 because 1 in 10 people age 65 or older has Alzheimer's, or $3 because 1 in 3 senior will pass from Alzheimer's dementia. They're very specific with stats. So I do like this one from the mission perspective. Now we also have a bingo card for Champions Club. So if you're interested in the $500 card, it has some of the mission features. It has some of the people that we forget about to ask every once in a while, just those friendly reminders that you might need. Your walk managers have that, and I believe that we'll be sharing that out on an email pretty soon as well. So just keep an eye out for that. But if you would like at least this one's available on the websites. Social media tags. So this one's a little different, but if you click on it, it's actually a tile that you can post on any of your social medias sites. And what we do to recommend this is when you post this, tag a friend in each box. So that way, that you're asking them basically to support with a $25 donation. So you can raise a lot of money very quickly if you do this properly. A lot of, if you have any college students on your teams, this is a really good tool. If you have any social media individuals that just love social media, you could probably do this on LinkedIn too, but I think this is more friendly for Instagram, Facebook, and those sorts of things. But yeah, this is a great tool to work with. And one, you're complimenting your person as well as asking them to support you. I do suggest, though, that you make that $25 self-donation in advance of this if you use this tool, as well as the bingo tools as well, so that people can see that you have already invested in addition. And that way you're leading by example and showing them that you support this cause and you should match the behavior. So just know that that's a little helpful tip, that if you make that self-donation in advance, you tend to get, I believe the percentage is 40% more donations just based on that statistic. So, all right. Team goal tracking poster. So this was already shown in the team captain's packet a little earlier, but you can print this out if you would like and hang it up somewhere, especially at work. If you have a company team, this is really a helpful visual. But you can utilize this and set your own goals or work with your coach. I highly recommend working with your coach to create these goals in the first place and make sure that they're obtainable, realistic, and how can we help you? That's what we want in the long run. So print this out. It's a great visual, and it really helps get the creative juices flowing for where you want to end up by walk day. All right. And then this, again, was in the team captain's packet, so you've probably seen this already. If you have a work-based team, or even if it's not a company team and you just happen to have some friends at work that are participating with you, you can utilize this. So these are just tips for helping you recruit team members. So feel free to reach out again to your coach, or just go through this on your own and see what ideas you can get to get more support behind you. This not only works for just recruiting them, this could also help with getting more donations or making asks. And then double your donation with matching gift. You've already seen this one before. It's all in the team captain's packet. But this gives you a little bit more information about matching gifts. So if you work for some place that will match any fundraising that you do, we highly recommend that you look and see if it's already an existing company with us. If it's not, it's pretty simple for us to handle on our end. So reach out to your coach or your walk manager, and we are more than happy to help you set this up and make sure that you are getting credit for all those matching gifts. It does take a little bit of time. So this isn't something that will show up right away. It usually takes us about 60 days to 90 days to claim it, because when we are working with national organizations or larger companies, it takes a little bit of time for processing and verification. So just know that this is not an immediate thing. And if you are, so say you have one of those November walks, make sure that you are doing your matching ahead of time, because if you want it to count for 2023, it has to be received before December. So we really need to start this process probably in September to make sure that we got all of it. It's easy once we get it started. It's just the processing time. So we can definitely take care of that for you, get you any information that you need, especially if there's money on the table from an organization. Why not make sure that you're utilizing it? So we can definitely help with that. And then we have some year-round fundraising ideas. So like I showed you a little bit of a different version from the team captain's packet, but this is a way just to keep you on track. So I've used this tool many times with different team captains that maybe wanted to do one thing a month, or if they want to do every other month with their team, or even just getting some ideas about like thinking of it from what does my team do or my family do in the summer? How can we utilize this? What do we need to do every month to get prepared for this cookout? Or what do we need to do to have a tailgate once football season starts again, and just getting those steps in advance, because the earlier you plan, the more you can achieve. And definitely use your coach on that. We want to help you be successful. And the most successful teams and team captains are those who do this planning process early, so that we're not rushed at the end. And that's when it gets stressful. And we don't want it to be stressful for you. So this is a very helpful tool to reduce stress. And then we also have letter writing campaigns. So just some tips on how to do that. If that's something that you're interested in, we already have pre-written letters. So please feel free to reach out to your walk managers. We have specific ones that have our contact information. We can help you tailor it to make it a little bit more personal, but we have templates that exist. Don't feel like you have to reinvent the wheel. But if you have a really compelling story, we highly encourage you to write it. And that is truly what's going to set you apart and have more access to donations that way. So if you need any tips on how to write your letter, or if you'd like to see one and just tweak it to make it your own, definitely reach out to your staff person or your coach, and we can most definitely help you with something like this. This is very helpful if you have connections with like VFWs and those sorts of things. So or if you have long distance family members or friends that you would like to send them a donation letter, we can definitely help you get that set up. All right, so those are our fundraising areas. So we do have a form that you can fill out. If you're having a fundraiser, you can also just reach out directly to your staff person. So if you have a flyer, or if you want more people to attend a fundraiser, let us know. We can put it right in there. There are also some printable forms with a couple different languages, depending on where you're located. And then our fundraising incentives will be posted here. It'll be that last page of the team captain's packet. And then this link here will take you to your Facebook group. So all walks have Facebook groups individually, and that's where you're going to get your most up-to-date information. So if you click on this Facebook group, it'll take you right to the Pittsburgh page, because we're using Pittsburgh as an example right now. But each walk should have that hyperlinked at this button to go directly to your Facebook group. Highly recommend everyone joining on your team, so you can see the events coming up. Like today's event is posted as an event in our groups. And some also, this is where we're going to share any fundraising opportunities from the teams as events as well. So that's probably the best information you're going to get at a glance. The next button is download the mobile app. Just like we talked about at the beginning of this training, this will take you to a video to help you walk through how to download the mobile app, but we will also address the mobile app tour later in our training series. This is a partnership opportunity. It is not completely set up yet, but we will have a page there that will talk about if you know anyone who is interested in sponsorship or corporate teams, that sort of thing. That is where that will all be housed, just some information about how to get a hold of your staff person. We are more than happy to help with that. Or if there's a company that's supporting your team, just knowing how to navigate that can be half the battle. So please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions about those sorts of things. And then local team fundraising, this will be a Google form that you can fill out. It is not complete yet, but we will have a hyperlink there to take you to the Google form that will allow you to put in all that information about any local fundraisers that you have going on, and we'll publish it on the website in a specific location that will come from here. So all right, so last but certainly not least, this is another very important area. We do have another link for the mobile app, but you can make donations online. It'll hyperlink you to the top of this page. But this section right here is very important: where to mail donations. So depending on where you're located in our chapter, you might have different locations listed, so just be cognizant of that. But when you mail in any donation, make sure you include your team name on the envelope. And then I highly recommend putting a little note inside the envelope just to make sure that we get it to the right space the first time. So our donations are not always processed in the same office that they will be mailed to. So we just want to eliminate some of that confusion. But if they're checks, you can mobile deposit them. So don't feel like you have to waste the stamp. We can definitely help walk you through that process. So you're able to do that on your own. Or we can come pick it up. That's a great opportunity for you to meet with your coach. So that is also a possibility. We also have our contact information down here if we need to arrange any pickups or supply drops. And then this is a tool that we are using. I use it all the time in Pittsburgh. Not every walk manager uses this frequently, but just so you're aware that it might be there. If you would like to see a calendar of options just to schedule a meeting with your coach, like if you click here, I'll show you what mine looks like. There are some options for in-person meetings, virtual meetings, phone meetings. You can click on it and it shows my schedule in real time. So you can actually schedule with your coach right from there. Like I said, not everybody utilizes that. Not all of our walk managers. So you might just have to give us a call or send us a text or whatever works for you. But that is a little way for you to see like what our availability is in real time. And then this is all, if someone goes to the main page, the find a team or find a participant option, it's right there. And then we have our top fundraisers. It's broken up into participants, teams, and companies. You can see the Champions Club members if you select this button, but you can see the top 5 of each. So if you want to know where you stand, you can see it right here. And you can click on view all on any of these categories to see like the entire list. So you can see if you're number 20 or you can see if you're number 1. And then as we get our sponsors, Edward Jones is a national sponsor, so they're already on here. But as we get our sponsors for each walk, they will be housed right in here and they'll be on a scrolling basis. So if you're one of those companies, your logo will be right there. And those are our national teams. We also have our national While We Walk gallery, which are pictures that are usually sourced from those hashtags we talked about earlier. And then we have all of our site maps down here. So if you, it's also the same at the very top. So I'm going to scroll up to the top real quick. And under our About section,